Let's talk about how to pass the Experian video interview. What's up guys, it's Mike from Job Ready English here with another video to help you get hired. Today we're going to be talking about the credit rating agency giant Experian and how you can pass their first round video interview. We're going to be going through what you can expect from their recruitment process, what you can expect in terms of the questions you're going to get in the video interview, and how you can think about answering these questions. We've compiled all of this through our research from publicly available sources in the last 6 months to put together this handy research note, and that is all included in our Pass the Interview pack, along with everything else that you're going to need to pass your Experian video interview, and you can find the link down in the description below. So let's start off by talking about what you can expect from Experian's recruitment process. Most people reported that there were 4 stages. Stage number 1, you submitted an online application. Stage number 2 was an online test. Stage number 3 was a video interview. And then lastly, candidates reported either getting an assessment centre or a final interview, or even another 2 rounds of interviews. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, well, Mike, am I going to get an assessment centre or am I going to get a final interview? To be honest with you, if you're a graduate, you're much more likely to get an assessment centre. But if you're a professional or applying for a more senior role, you're more likely to get multiple rounds of interviews. So that's how you can kind of tell the difference depending on your personal situation. So let's talk about Experian's video interview and what you can expect. For Experian's video interview, you can expect it to be done online and one way, which means you're asked the questions and then you're expected to record your responses. We chose 5 common questions which we saw come up time and time again, and 4 other questions which we wanted to explore, which we also saw come up and we thought would be good to bring to your attention. So let's get started with question number 1, and of course it's why do you want to work for Experian? For an in-depth answer of how to answer this question and a free worksheet, click the thumbnail up above. So when you're talking about why you want to work for a company, always think about your 5 fast facts. So these are 5 facts about the company that are specific, they are unique, and they cannot be said about any other company. Now, I would say this probably only takes you about 15 minutes to put these together, but you don't want to make a common mistake that most people make, as they say, well, I want to work for this company because I'm amazing and you're really big and you'd give me great training and I'd really fit in here. Well, okay, fine. But then that could be true of any company, and it really doesn't demonstrate that you put any thought, effort or research, and you would be astonished how many people answer this question this way. So what facts do you pick? Well, it's actually pretty simple. You could pick their financials, their revenue, projects, technology, clients, interesting news, blogs. You could do that from their About Us, their history page, their awards, or there are loads of different places that you can go to. Just literally make a list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pick out your facts and deliver that in your answer, which we reckon is going to be about 2 minutes long. So it's roughly about 200 words for your script. Now, for added bonus points, try and pick out a fact that really relates to you. Maybe it's charitable work that they've done, or something to do with sustainability, or to do with gender, diversity, whatever it may be, something that really resonates with you, where you can say, this in particular is something that you do, and as a person who has this trait, characteristic, or interest, this is something that really enticed me to come and apply and work for Experian. So I think it's somewhere that I'd really fit in and really get a lot out of. Question number 2, what experience do you have? Now hold on, if you're a graduate or a student or somebody saying, I don't have any work experience, what do? I'm screwed if I get this question. You really don't have to worry at all. Now, first of all, you want to make sure that you've got the job description to hand, because that's going to be telling you what you're going to do and what skills that you're going to need. Now, if you've got work experience, that's fantastic, particularly if it's in this role, and that's fairly self-explanatory. But still, what you want to be doing is you just want to think about matching these 2 things together, matching their skills and experience to my skills and experience. That's really what the whole job application is about. It's about tailoring your skills and experience to the job that is required. So how do you do that? We'll pick out 2, 3, 4 different skills, experiences, tasks that you're going to be expected to do, and then match them up to your experience. Provide proof of where you've done this. You might say, but I've got no work experience. Yeah, but you know how to work in a team because you've done projects at university. I've got no leadership experience, but you've probably led a team or you've led yourself to achieve something fantastic. Well, I haven't got any really good analytical skills, but what about what you've done in your degree? What about in a society? What about volunteering? So think beyond work experience if you're struggling to think of examples that can come to mind, and pick out those 2, 3 or 4 things that are really going to match those 2 things together. Question number 3, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Well, if you're anything like me, I've got absolutely no idea. But the key to answering this question is say, right here. I'm going to be right here at Experian. I'm probably going to be a manager, I'm going to be qualified, I'm going to be working on exciting projects, I'm going to be working with different clients. There's lots of different things that you can do, and you might need to do a little bit of research here. So you might need to think, well, what is the career progression of a data analyst, a finance analyst, a credit modeler? What would I be doing in 5 years? What qualifications would I have? What clients would I be working with? Would I be working on bigger projects? Would I be managing a team? Would I be running a division or a department? So put a little bit of work in here, as long as you say that you're still going to be here. And you'd be surprised the amount of times people said, well, I would have started my own business, I would have moved back home, or I'd probably be working at a different company. I'm like, hold on. That's not really the answer that a company wants to hear. Whether it be true or not, it doesn't really matter. This is really just part of playing the game and being hopeful that is such a fantastic company that you couldn't think of being anywhere else in 5 years' time. Question number 4, tell me about a time when you handled a stressful situation. Now, this is a competency-based questions, which means we're going to use STAR, which is situation, task, action, and result. And remember, the emphasis of our answer is going to be in the action. Whenever you get a competency-based question, always think, what skill am I being tested for? What competency are they looking for me to demonstrate? So how do you handle stress? A lot of time this is about communication, time management, organisation. I know for me, how do I handle stressful situations? Well, first of all, I kind of zoom out a little bit. So I think, well, what is this? When does it need to get done by? Why am I stressed by this? I then try and chunk it down into individual tasks. And I'll let you in on a little secret. A common mistake that a lot of people make when they're answering competency questions is they don't really break down the steps that they had to go through. They're like, well, this was stressful and then I fixed it and now it's done. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but it's not a very good story. So let's break it down. So I said, well, what were the tasks that I needed to do? And then I did task 1 and 2 and 3, and these were the people that I asked for help, and these were the people that I had to communicate with. And finally, this is how I overcame the situation. So keep it as simple as possible. Almost imagine that you're teaching someone to do the thing that you're doing. That's a really good way of looking at it. I think, how would I teach someone to handle that situation the way that I'd handled it? Question number 5, tell us about yourself. For an in-depth answer of how to answer this question and a free worksheet, make sure you click the thumbnail up above. Now, tell me about yourself is a great foundational question to have for any company, and it goes like this. What are you doing right now? What have you done in the past 3 to 5 years? Work experience, extracurriculars, and volunteering, and finally skills, interests, and hobbies. So you're basically going to be saying, well, right now I am a bachelor student at X doing Y. Previously, I did my A-levels, then I've got work experience where I'm currently a delivery driver at Domino's. I'm also part of the Football Society, and I volunteer once a week at a charity shop. I can speak 3 different languages, and I can code in Python. And in my personal time, I really enjoy martial arts, running, and reading a good book. So this is the ability to just present and sell yourself in a short space of time. And if you haven't answered this question before, I recommend that you take this away and you practice this every day for about a week, and you'll get really good at this tell me about yourself. You'll be really good at introducing yourself, selling yourself, and this provides a great foundation for interviews. So here are 4 other questions that we came across. Let's have a quick look at these. Number 1, how would you prioritize your work? So prioritization is a really interesting thing to look at. And generally it's in terms of what is urgent and what is important. Now, very often, the stuff that's urgent isn't actually that important. So you've got 50 different emails that you need to reply to, and someone's asking you for this, and someone's giving you a call about that. But what's important is the client, is the deadline, is the thing that needs to be handed in soonest, is planning and prioritizing your time. So for me, whenever I get to the start of the month, I'll always sit down with the team at the end of the previous month and we'll plan out the entire month. So whether that be making YouTube videos or helping our clients or producing content or doing all the other work that we have to do. But that all starts with an effective plan, sitting down, going through our diaries, being reasonable with our timings as well, thinking about what our deadlines are going to be, and then systematically going through that process. And after that, a really underutilized skill, and something people don't often talk about, is, well, then you've got to sit down and do the work. So what I will do is that I'll switch Slack off on my computer, I'll put my phone into airplane mode, and I'll say, right, these are the 2 or 3 things that I must get done today. Can't do anything else until I've done this thing. And very often I'll go into, I think, what's been commonly called monk mode, and I'll sit there and I won't do anything else. I won't look at my phone, I won't look at messages or emails, and I'll just withdraw myself so that I can really focus and concentrate on the thing that I need to do. And that's prioritization. Question 2, have you worked within teams? We've all worked within teams, whether that be in your university class, whether that be in a service job, whether that be part of a business or an organization, in a society or part of a volunteering group. So working within teams, you can expand upon this, provide an example and demonstrate what are the 4 or 5 really good attributes of somebody who's good at teamwork. What service or product do we offer that you like and why? So this is a good opportunity while you're investigating about why Experian to think, well, what is it about them that I like? Which of their credit rating products are good? What's something that I would use? So maybe you're thinking about buying a house, buying a car, improving your credit rating, getting a credit card. What are the services from Experian that you'd really like? I know for me, I use something from them which is called ClearScore, where I get a credit report which is sent to me at the end of every month. And I really like it, particularly when my credit score goes up. And I find out about interesting things. So maybe that an account has been settled, maybe that there's something that I'm unaware of that needs to get paid. And I find having that information at my fingertips to be really useful. Question number 4, tell us about your biggest achievement. The best piece of advice that I can give to you about this is, don't make this boring and don't make it all about work. Maybe your biggest achievement is getting something published in the school newspaper, coming to a different country to study, getting better after being ill and then passing an exam. There are lots of different things that you can use, but give something that you're genuinely proud of, that you're really like, wow, I can't believe I did that. There was a time when I thought that was impossible and then I did it. And I really felt proud of myself for doing that. Guys, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give us a thumbs up. Let us know how we did down in the comments below. What other video could we make that would be really helpful for you? As the assessment center might be coming up, this video about tips for assessment centers would be really helpful for you to watch afterwards. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I wish you the best of luck. See you later.